Hey, B. It's Jamie. That's me here, honey. Listen, we got to chat just for a quick little second, honey. Okay, we got to talk about married to medicine. Just a little teeny piece, okay? Just a little teeny piece. Because y'all know Heavenly and Quad. Well, first of all, they had interviewed Miss Phaedra a while ago, and I believe they asked her if she revived Married to Medicine or whatever the question was. And Phaedra was like, and did is how she felt, right? She felt like she revived the show. So of course, Heavenly and Miss Quad was really not appreciating that. They wasn't accept. They didn't like that. Okay, they didn't take too kind to what the hell Miss Phaedra had to say. So of course they got on their platforms and they shared their thoughts. And we got to get into it, honey. Let us do that. Let us do that, honey. Make sure y'all liking up the video, girl. Now let's go and listen to some of y'all about that already heard it, but we gonna get into it again.
Yeah, but that's not going to be able to. Okay, hold on.
Well, I need some in my refrigerator just in case. And
Wait.
watch it out.
Shows. Look at the numbers for Married to Medicine. You're back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Do you think you revived the show? Well, of course I did.
She said she revived
I
Housewives.
revived most shows. Look at the numbers for Married to Medicine.
And she said she revived
Back
Married
on
to
the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Baby, Miss Phaedra says she has come in and revived. I had to see it for myself. Says she has revived Real Housewives of Atlanta and has said she has also revived Miss Married to Medicine. Now, that is news to me because, per what I can see in most of you with a good set of eyes, even if you had LASIK, honey, hell, if you had glaucoma, you still could see. She ain't not raising no numbers over here down to the Married to Medicine. I'm trying to understand, how do you revive a show when you just making faces?
Try.
Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. How does that happen? If that is the case, then how about next season, season 12, we all just make faces? And let's see how revived the show will be.
You know what, quite honestly, I thought that was a kind of slap in the face because I honestly think, and you tell me what you think, did we not help her? I mean, your words, she was benched for 5 years. Those were your words.
Well, we didn't see her at all for 5 years. I mean, maybe sprinkles here and there, but not really much of anything. And if we're talking about revival, I would have to say she most certainly was resuscitated as I helped to usher her in to Married to Medicine. Okay, and I think it's the other way around. I think she's quite confused. I don't know, maybe she's been dropped on the head or something. I don't know. But I think when we're talking about reviving, I think it's the other way around. See, she did not revive Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine revived her career.
Mm.
And I'm just saying, and I would like for her to pay homage to the girls. I'm just saying, just on some real shit.
All right, so y'all heard a little piece of what Miss Quiet had to say, and for me, I don't think neither one of them revived each other. Okay, I don't think neither one of them revived each other. I don't think Married to Medicine uh was revived by Phaedra. I feel like we were all still like tuned into Married to Medicine. You know what I'm saying? Married to Medicine was that girl or whatever. Without Phaedra, why they brought her over? I don't think it was really for numbers, like, oh, the ratings are low or anything. I feel like they brought her over because they knew they wanted to get her back on Bravo, period. They were just, in my opinion, trying to figure out how they were going to do that. They never really stopped, in my opinion. I don't think they really stopped working with Phaedra. I feel like she did what Ultimate Girls Trip. I thought she did that more than once. And she was over on Watch What Happens Live. She just couldn't go back to Atlanta because Candy said, if she comes, I'm leaving. And we know Candy had the bigger fan base. So why would they snatch her up off the show, for Phaedra, right? So I think they were trying to figure out how they were going to maneuver her back onto the TV screens over at Bravo. So they put her over there on Married to Medicine. As soon as Miss Candy Burris was out, they was already trying to figure out how they could get Phaedra over there. Remember, that was a part of the conversation at the top of the year. They were trying to figure out how they were going to get Phaedra over to Real Housewives of Atlanta, but she was in the middle of filming Married to Medicine, so they were trying to negotiate that and figure it out. And then I guess once she finished with Married to Medicine and Kenya was no longer on RHOA, she decided to slide over there. Now, when she says she revives, when she says that she revives Married to, I'm sorry, Real Housewives of Atlanta, I'm like, I don't know about that one, but and I say that because she came towards the end, right? She came towards the end. So I'm like, how much reviving can you really do? If you had came towards the end. But then at the same time, let me go and find my little bookmark. The way Drew Sidora was talking, okay? Drew Sidora was talking as though Phaedra did come in and help them out like that. So let me get that up because I want us to check that out too, honey. So let's go and move that over. And then there's something else I want to move over as well. Let's go ahead and get that and put that up. And then we're going to get into it. Okay. But yeah, I don't think that she really revived them. Now, the numbers could have potentially been up. Okay. The numbers could have been up because let me say the people that advocate for Miss Phaedra definitely got down to the Twitter and they were showing numbers and they was like, listen, y'all numbers don't lie. Okay. She definitely helped out the show for the people that feels like she didn't. You know, the numbers is showing that she did because the views went up. Now that's just what the people saying. In addition, I just feel like those are two different things, reviving versus ratings or like viewership or whatever. Because I feel like people were still watching. It just may have gotten a bit more views. And if that's what it showed, then you can't discount the fact that Phaedra didn't bring the views. Okay, just a little piece. All right, but I don't think that yeah, I don't think they really revived each other or whatnot. And it's real interesting to see Qua have a lot to say. I understand that this is her baby, and y'all all need to pay homage to Miss Mariah, Mariah Hulk, because none of y'all would have jobs and opportunities if it wasn't for her. That's first. But also, it's like Qua, these the same people that kicked you the hell off the show. How embarrassing. The same people that kicked. So I'm trying to understand what is the animosity that y'all have with Miss Phaedra. And I gotta see all this mess is really getting me excited to see the season because there has to be a fallout and I need to know what the fallout was really about because now maybe Quad is upset with Phaedra from last year and the fact that she chose the girls over her since Quad feels like she ushered her into the show. And you know, that's not first Quad said she the reason she on the show and then now she says she ushered her into the show. I don't know, but that's not what we had heard. We had heard that Phaedra's name came up at Watch What Happens Live, okay? Because again, Bravo was already having her be a part of those things, right? So her name came up on being a part of Married to Medicine. And that's when the conversations and things got started and the ball got rolling. So I don't know. I don't know, girl. Miss Quad said she want her credit, give her some credit, give her some homage and all of this other stuff. But it's just real interesting. I understand this may be her adopted baby. I would say her baby, but it's really Mariah Hulk's baby. But once Mariah left, I guess you could say that Quad adopted it, in my opinion. So with this being her adopted baby, maybe that's why she's very sensitive to it. But girl, last season they didn't want you on the show, and they made sure they got your ass up off of the show. Okay. But anywho, girl, we're gonna go ahead and listen to more of what Miss Squad had to say because Squad had some things to say. Now let me say this too. I feel like if anybody should be truly offended, in my opinion, I feel like it should have been Heavenly because Heavenly was there all last season. Heavenly was over there getting things started. Okay. She was over there getting some stuff started so that y'all can have some entertainment over there. All right. Girl, I can't. That's crazy. I'm sorry. I'm over here reflecting on Quad jumping up out that damn casket trying to revive her friendships. Child, ain't no way. You done sat up there. You the one that ushered Phaedra into the show, but she ushered you into the room in a damn casket to pop out to try and gain your friendships back. Girl, it ain't that many antics in the damn world. I can't, but let's keep going.
And publicly say that you are known for reviving shows or you're reviving shows when you didn't offer that, we didn't get that. Mm-hmm. Like it was crickets when it came down to her.
I think it was crickets a little bit when it came to Quad because you wasn't really there. Now let me tell you when we was not in cricket mode for sure was girl when they sent you home from their trip because that was messed up. Y'all invited that lady out there to tell her she got to go home. That was some foul. Y'all was wrong for that. Just a little piece. Y'all was wrong for that. Just a little piece, girl. The crickets was definitely chirping that night. Okay. And you know what? Now I'm thinking about it. Should we be using the term crickets anymore? Because they be loud as fuck sometimes. Them crickets. Like, y'all don't be hearing crickets, girl. They be loud as shit sometimes. So, anywho.
I mean, but she did good on Traders. From what I heard.
So mixed.
Well, that's a great platform for her. She was being true to who she is, a trader.
I'm hollering.
Okay. All right.
Come see me. Come see me. I'm saying come see me because I'm not the ones that you know, people be running around here like, oh, she might come see me.
Come see you for what? We came to see you last season and they kicked you off.
You season 11. I think we saw you, baby. I saw you already, baby.
Now listen, speaking of season 11, listen, I'm not gonna hold y'all. I'm excited. I am excited to see Quad in this new space. She just seemed like she just got a different energy glow about her. I'm loving it. I'm like it. Now Quad, don't get on that camera and be trying to act funny with us because you got you a man now. Okay. But I am looking forward to this. I feel like I feel like she's been included before, but I do feel like it's gonna hit different because I think the ladies may have looked at her differently because she did divorce and because she didn't have a man, but now she got somebody by her side. And I don't know, I just think it's gonna be a different energy. And I'm really looking forward to it. Okay. I am. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I am looking forward to Miss Quad, and what she finna bring with this new boo. Just don't try and play us out like you did when you got on Sister Circle, okay? And made the ladies not like you and stuff like that. But I'm here for it, okay? I'm here for it.
Well, I'm not gonna give away the season, but you tickle me. I know David was mad at me because I laughed.
What?
Hilarious. Okay. Now let's go over here and let me see where I can hop it next. Let me see if this Miss Phaedra. Actually, before we get to Phaedra, I want us to get into Drew real quick and what Drew had to say in the interview because she did touch on like Real Housewives content and also Miss Phaedra Parks and her coming to be a part of the show.
You weren't there when this all went.
So let me go ahead and get that up real quick. And what we're going to do is try and speed this up just a tad. Okay. Let's see how it's flowing.
Down with Kenya and Brittany.
This season's going to be spicy. It's going to be interesting because everything was new. Everything was new. It was not like the seasons before at all.
Do you think by watching you're going to learn stuff because you weren't there when this all went down with Kenya and Brittany?
I was there, but there was a lot that happened before. Some of it I was there for, some of it I wasn't. So, and then the other girls, some of them were there, some of them weren't. Like we were all at different times and places, and we were trying to put things together to make it make sense, you know? And that's why we were like, we need both of them here to explain all of this, and we need to get to the bottom of it. But a lot of things we still don't have answers to. That's why it's going to be interesting to watch. Like,
did that affect then your friendship, like with Brittany going forward? Just because, you know, technically, you know, we could get into whose fault it is that Kenya's not there, but like, you know, in a way, she's now known as the girl that got Kenya out of her job, cost her job. Yes, we could argue Kenya cost herself her job at the moment, but like, was it hard for you then to kind of move forward with Brittany because you were so close to Kenya?
absolutely, naturally, you know, because every time I show up, I'm like, the same way you just said, like, you're the reason my girl not here, you know? So we had to get through that. And I had to be able to try to fairly get to know her. But I'm like, can we address the elephant in the room? Like, can we get her at the table so they can have a conversation, please? But I understand, you know, the legalities of it. And that's a real thing, too. So that's why I say I just hope at the end of the tunnel of all of this, we can see them have a conversation and either resolve it or not, you know, like whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But I want to be there when they have the conversation because
Kenya will never resolve that with that bitch, okay? She may do enough to get back on that show, but she gonna forever be on Britney's motherfucking ass. You hear what I say? Okay? Don't get it twisted. She will be on that ass again.
we need to get to the bottom.
Well, speaking of where we're supposed to have resolution, that's at the reunion. So maybe we could watch Portia's back, Phaedra appears, and maybe at the reunion, when Andy says, and today we have our special guest, maybe Miss Kenya Moore could show up at the reunion. How do you like that idea?
Oh, that's a possibility. That's a strong possibility. I would be gagged. I mean, I would make a space. She can come on, sit right next to me. Right here. Let's go.
How is the audience going to react? I mean, Phaedra is back. I mean, Portia's here the whole season. How do you feel about this?
Are you excited?
I'm a huge Kenya fan. I'm a huge Drew fan, but you know, Phaedra is, I mean, I think Phaedra makes great TV.
Yeah, she is legendary and she's an OG. So having her back obviously was exciting. I think it just brought that extra energy we needed, especially not having Kenya. I didn't know Phaedra. So this was like for me, just really genuinely getting to know her, but she was also having to get to know us. So she was having to get caught up on a lot of things, you know, but she was like that big sister to all of us. Well, until the end got kind of crazy. Let me just say, this season was just crazy. Like it was so much, like even finale was like a lot to digest.
Do you think that's like people are going to be thrilled about that? Or because, you know, people are saying Well, I mean, it's good to hear that this is a great season. People are saying, what a confusing season. If we do see Kenya for 3 episodes, then we see not, then we see Phaedra for the last 3. There's a lot of online chatter of like, this is just all jumbled. Now we all know the producers and we have a lot going on behind the scenes, but a lot of people are saying like, how is this season going to make sense with Kenya now, not Kenya, and then Phaedra at the end?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of unanswered questions for us all. Like, normally I can sit before you and I kind of know what's going on. I know nothing. I know what happened. And there were times that I had to leave because it got really crazy. So I don't know what happened when I left. It was really a very real intense season. And like you said, I don't know if Kenya is going to be in. I don't know if the things that we talked about will be in. I don't know if it'll be out. I don't know when she may pop on. I was waiting for her to pop up the whole rest of the season. I was like, okay, she's coming.
I hope she
She's coming on the CashApp. Okay, no, she didn't come. Okay, she's coming for finale. Oh, she ain't come. You know what I mean? So we were all literally like in the dark about a lot of things. And again, I think you might be right because we know the reunion is a good time to like kind of bring everything together. So I hope and pray that Kenya walks in, if not on part 1, maybe not part 2, but if we have a part 3, Kenya Moore better walk through those doors.
Do you know anything season 16? I mean, is this November, December? Do we know anything, Drew? Come on.
Where we don't know. Like, I wish I knew. I do believe I've heard next year. So that could be January, that could be February, but we have not gotten an official date yet. So we're all like waiting to see.
I'm hoping that she is going to be returning. I'm not gonna hold y'all, Miss Kenya Moore. Definitely hope that she's gonna be returning with the girls. And yeah, that's a good point that they made in 2025 when everything pops off as far as the reunion and stuff. She just might return for the reunion, beef out with Brittany or whatever, and prepare for another explosive season the following. Okay, so we'll just have to wait and see. But she did touch on Miss Phaedra just a little bit and said Phaedra came in, honey. She brought that big energy and stuff like that. Now, did Phaedra revive Real Housewives of Atlanta? I don't know, but she definitely came in and got some SHI started. Okay, so we just gonna have to wait and see, but y'all definitely gotta tell me y'all thoughts, and I know y'all gonna do that anyway, cause that's just how y'all is, especially the ones that can't stand Miss Phaedra. So I'll let you sound off, but be respectful, girl. Now let's keep going because Phaedra does, share her thoughts just a piece about the numbers never lying when it comes to her reviving the show. But let's listen to it.
This is not the end of this beautiful woman. We're going to see more of her on our TV screens November 24th because Married to Medicine is back. The trailer just dropped. What was your thoughts when you saw the trailer? I saw Apollo in the trailer. Talk to me about that.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
I hadn't watched it, so I don't know what's in the trailer because I'm on Housewives now, so I didn't watch that. But I was committed to this show, so I'm not into distractions, and that was so yesterday I had to practice this, so I didn't watch it.
Yeah. Well, now that you have time, do you plan to watch it and go from there?
Screaming.
Maybe.
Catch me on Housewives of Atlanta in 2025.
Okay. Well, since it sounds like you're done with Married to Medicine. That's what it sounds like to me. Because you keep name dropping Housewives, which I'm absolutely looking forward to. But I have to get your reaction because the Married to Medicine ladies, Quad, Heavenly, they had something shady to say about you saying you revived the show. This is not the end of this beautiful. They revived your career. I'm like, did you? Did they? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, numbers never lie. This was the best numbers that they've had in the history of the show. And the only thing different was myself and Sweet Tea. So it was either Sweet Tea.
Now listen, I'm going to just say this, okay? Now make no mistake, we may have always felt like Married to Medicine was that girl and it was super entertaining and she was just giving everything, okay? But if the numbers wasn't there, they wasn't there. There have been times Married to Medicine has been way better than Real Housewives of Atlanta. But unfortunately, Real Housewives of Atlanta was a bigger show, so they got bigger views than Married to Medicine. So if the numbers ain't lying, then it is what it is. But although we are having two different conversations, I feel. Numbers versus reviving. Okay, because I just don't think their numbers were always just like in the dumps or anything like that. And I don't know how much of a significant change she really brought in viewership. But what I will say is they used to put Married to Medicine on all kind of different damn days. Didn't they put it on like a Friday at one point when they were trying to get us to watch Married to Medicine, Texas or Dallas or whatever it was? Or was it LA or something? I think they had two different Married to Medicines that they tried to launch. And they would move the show around to try to get us to go from Married to Medicine Atlanta into the other shows, and I don't think it worked very well. They kept switching them up. I feel like they did Fridays, Sundays, and then I don't know if it was like a Monday or a Wednesday, but I think that affected their numbers. And if their numbers have been doing super good, I feel like it's probably because it may have started coming on Sundays after Real Housewives of Atlanta. Don't quote me. And if not after Atlanta, probably just Sundays, period. Okay. So that may have had something, to do with it. But yeah, girl, we may have felt like that show was really that girl and stuff like that. But if the numbers wasn't always numbering and Phaedra came in and helped the numbers, then y'all can give her credit for that. Like, I mean, you did help the numbers, even though we felt like you didn't give shit on the screen, if that's how y'all feel. But you did kind of help the numbers, okay? But at the same time, you did not revive the show for us because we felt like the show was already lit, okay? Yeah.
T or me.
I might have to replay that, but what it sounds like she said is if she did not revive the show, it was either her or Sweet Tea. Either her or Sweet Tea. So if y'all don't want to give me credit for reviving the show, then give the credit to Sweet Tea because we was the only two new people that came onto the show and the views came with us. So I don't know, girl. Y'all can argue about it.
Hey, Phaedra Park's the winning team, you guys.
Okay.
Well, I look forward to seeing more of you. Obviously, seeing more of you next season. Will you be tuning in to watch her upcoming new TV shows?
Well, I'm mostly going to be tuning into Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Ooh,
Exactly.
2025.
Him to go, Phaedra.
2025. We're going back to basics.
Fabulousness, fierceness, and fun.
They revived your
I'm
career.
screaming. I have to
I'm
replay
like,
this, though.
Did you? Did they? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, numbers never lie. This was the best numbers that they've had in the history of the show. And the only thing different was myself and Sweet Tea. So it was either Sweet Tea or me.
Hey, Phaedra Park's the winning team, you guys.
Okay.
All right, so there's that. Now, Heavenly Misty self in the comments telling me something. I think it was Quad's ex-husband and new wife, but I digress. And you could be right, okay? You could be right. You could potentially be right. I'm sure people tuned in because they wanted to see if there was going to be any beef or any type of drama involving Quad, Sweet Tea, and their husband, Dr. G, okay? So you definitely could have been right on that, So, I mean, I'm not going to oppose that. Definitely could have been that, okay? Let's see what else the comments are saying. Let's see. Married to Medicine stopped being fun to watch when Mariah was removed. Phaedra revived the show because it always gave old lady tea. Ooh, girl, this messy. This not nice. Okay, Phaedra brought more viewers to the show, but she didn't revive the show. Now, this I can support. Okay, the show was not falling apart and was getting better season after season. Okay, Madrid, I guess they meant to say Married to Medicine has been Bravo's best show for a while. People are just now tuning in. Truth. I think that I can agree with that comment. It makes me think a little bit about Love Island. Y'all know I had been reviewing Love Island since 2021. Okay, I've been on that show, but it just started blowing. To me, it was just like the hottest thing on damn TV. I'm like, oh, this is my show. People didn't understand it. Then now all of a sudden people want to be fanatics of Love Island because it went viral this year. Okay, this is one of the biggest seasons ever, and the stars of the show, the top, I would say 6 or so, came out and they are, famous than ever. Okay, so, I mean, it's just a little piece of that. I think Married to Medicine has been a good show for a while. I have to agree. And people are just now really getting into it, and I don't know why. Okay? I don't know why, but there's that, honey. I'm gonna let y'all argue about it in the comments because y'all gonna do that anyway because that's just how y'all is, okay? Just make sure y'all be a bit more mindful and respectful when you get down there and share your thoughts and get to dragging, honey, okay? But that's all I got for you guys at this time. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at JamiThatsMe. Make sure that you guys are liking up this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one, honey. Bye-bye.
On my city and cul-de-sac, coming out swinging like soldier rags, leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind, knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive, I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda, we hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer, we come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be